Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Crash Bandicoot. It is episode 18 today, and I want to go ahead and let everybody know that I should have finished. Yeah, I finished the UFO level finally, and I got a gold relic. Now, just so everybody knows, I'm not going to be getting all the gold relics in this game. I said no to that. Whenever you beat this game, or you beat these levels, they actually disappear. And I want to go ahead and pause it real quick in a minute so I can show you guys some. 25 out of 25 crystals. Okay. All 5 of the power-ups. 43 out of 43 of the gems. 29 out of 29 relics. Sorry if that was actually a little bit desynced, but I don't care. We have finally 100% completely defeated this game. There's only one thing left to do. I need to go fight Cortex so that we can get the secret ending. Now, once you collect all of the stuff, you know, before all this, if you beat Cortex, you get a secret ending. And I will go ahead and display that now. This boss fight is one of my... it's different, that's for sure. The thing with this fight is there's a certain pattern that you have to be careful of. And I know I'm supposed to be a little bit more excited because this is the final episode. And it's kind of hard to get excited over that because I loved it. I loved this game. Yeah, anyway. Once Cortex throws out all his bombs, he's gonna let his guard down, which basically is his shields, and whenever his shields are down, you want to jump in there and try to take them out. This part, for instance, is kind of the more tricky part because there's a pattern to this. They go from the middle down to the left, they go to the right, and then they go back to the middle again. So you gotta be careful of that tornado and watch out for the bombs still. Because when I was, playing this a while ago, when I had to do to get the rest of the relics, I had a problem where I would get hit by the bombs too, and it kind of got a little bit irritating. But this is probably one of the more difficult and challenging Cortex boss fights that I've at least seen in my day. I mean, the first game had a pretty decent boss fight. The second one was just awful and all that. Actually, almost. Here we go again with the bombs. Almost all of the bosses in the second one kind of sucked. The third one actually had some pretty dang good boss fights. The first one had some pretty iconic ones too. But other than that, I think the second one just had some pretty crappy boss fights, and the rest of the game was just genuinely good. But then again, this game has an issue with like relics and stuff like that you gotta deal with. But yeah, once the first bomb blows up, he starts getting his shields back. So you want to make sure that you're able to take him out a little bit before he starts doing that. I recommend going when he starts throwing, that last bomb is... yeah, you can hit him on a bomb if you want, but it's not going to do much. The idea, if it's not obvious here, is to knock him into that hole. Keep him hole down there. Other than that, I really have nothing to I can't say. Yeah, they're going to take a left, and they're going to go to the right. It's basically just Aquaku and who could fight, or whatever. It's like over the powers of the universe over here, so... okay, but yeah, whenever you hit Cortex, the boys themselves, the brothers themselves don't actually, tend to fight each other at the same time, so... what you mainly want to do is you want to be able to avoid all of these at the same time. It could get... well, it can get hectic. This is where it gets hectic. I usually just wait for Cortex to shoot, and then I start, running away from that. Cortex only shoots 3 times. So if anything, it's nice to be kind of careful of. Of course, it's right targeted towards me. This this boss, it's the last little mine that gets me. It's always the last one. The thing is, you can't actually jump off this map, so don't try to. And if you're wondering, why can't you get an Akwaku mask? Well, I didn't know it wasn't obvious enough. He's right there. Seriously! We'll get him. We'll get him. This is a fun episode as well, so we'll get him. We'll get him, I promise. I'm not the best. I've seen a lot of people do really good at this game, and I remember back when I was a kid, this was the most challenging and endearing thing I have ever seen in my life. Like, it's like, oh, this is hard. No, it's actually not that hard. It's just, it takes a lot of timing and preciseness to it. I guess what I could recommend to anybody is, you know, whenever you see his shields go down, don't be afraid to go towards him, because those bombs are not going to explode. No, the first bombs are going to explode. That's the thing. Those are the bombs that are going to blow up. So, you know, the bombs usually to the right, not the left. That's the ones you want to kind of be a little bit careful of. As you can see, he's starting to throw those now. So I'm going to make my mark. Oh my god! What is this? What is this? Speaking of crap, yesterday there was a 2-for-1 sale. If my friend's watching this, he'll know exactly what I'm talking about. There was a buy 2 used games get 1 free sale. I had $20 on me, and he had $20 on him. He bought a game, and I bought a game. I bought Sonic Unleashed, because why not? Last night, oh my god, for some reason there was one level I got to. It was one of the, I played a night level, and then I played another night level because the game forced me to, and then I played another night level right after that, which actually was kind of fun. Spagna is my favorite of all the levels, and to be honest, oh god, it was one of these dang night levels that just really got to me. It really pissed me off. And oh, it tore me up. I couldn't do it. I couldn't play games after that. I said I quit for a while, and then I got back into it and started playing again. To be honest, the thing with the Werehog is it's not as bad as everybody says it is. It's still pretty crap, and it shouldn't be dull, but I can actually see the Werehog working. I just wish that Sega would have done it better than they did. But in Sega, they never do anything right anyway, so I don't know how that goes, right? Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna float towards him whenever the first bomb is near. And well, there you go. That's how you defeat Cortex. Yeehaw! No, I'm kidding. After defeating Cortex, you should get a secret ending if you have all the 100%. So, which I've never actually think I've seen myself before.
No, he cannot be. Not a prisoner of time again.
So I guess just Goku gets trapped in this warp portal thing, and then so Cortex gets sucked into the vortex. Cortex gets stuck into the vortex. Then Cortex, he never goes away. He's never gonna, you know, technically die off per se. I guess you could see. I guess that's what you would. I don't know. I'm just saying, like.
The time twister machine could not hold itself together. We were lucky to escape.
So, I guess the world is. Oh yeah, I think I've seen this before. I've never actually gotten to see it myself, probably. Unless this is not the secret ending, then I have no idea.
It is difficult to say what has happened to our enemies, but
I think that's it. I think it just goes on and doesn't, you know, never just stops. Yeah, because it's at the credits. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and skip these credits if I can. I can't. Of course, I can't. Whew. All right, let me get down to the business here. The small review. I have to do 2 of these at one time. Crash Bandicoot 3 on its own. Is it a good game? Yes, yes, Yes. Is it the best? Yes. In my personal opinion, I actually prefer playing 2 over this one, but I still relatively enjoy this one a little bit myself. If it wasn't for this Let's Play, I would never have enjoyed this game as much as I have. And it, I don't know. 2 was pretty good. I 100% that pretty well. Yeah, I do some things off screen, but who wants to see me grind for gems and stuff like that? It usually takes me a little longer than I need to, and especially this game. But 18 episodes in again, like Crash 2, that's awesome. You know, the whole idea of time travel never really got me. It just, I got it, but it never really got me. You know, it's like I didn't really care enough, I guess. Time travel can be pretty cool, especially because the Egyptian levels are my favorite. I like those. Just why? Why with Coco? Why her? Why? I understand why her, but why her so much? She's in this game like 99% of the game. I should name Coco Bandicoot instead. No, the water levels are like the swimming ones. They're pretty okay. I mean, I could deal with them. It's nothing like I can't ever deal with. Other than that, definitely a really decent game. I mean, I don't know why I think this one was that bad. I don't know how I did. I guess I just thought, you know, like there were levels I didn't like, and that was, you know, that yeah, Clancy Brown, by the way, does both Aquaku, or I think that's what it was. Yeah, and Cortex. It's kind of interesting. Does 2 voices. Let's see. Wow, somebody actually has. Oh, I can show off all the levels with good stuff over here. People actually playing these as hard as they could. Wow. Damn. You know, I didn't even try hard. Okay, I'm not gonna even mess with. The thing about this game, it was the relics, and you know, this was back in the day when I didn't know or even care for relics. But now that I think relics were a good idea to do. But there's one game that ruined it all for the franchise. Just, it destroyed the original Crash platforming. It wasn't the Game Boy ones. It wasn't Crash Team Racing. It was Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex. It both supposedly and actually did ruin a lot of good concept from Crash Bandicoot. I kid you not. The stupid rolling the ball levels are annoying. Crunch himself is okay. I can deal with fighting him constantly. It's just, there's a lot of things I can deal with in that game. But now I gotta get on to the fact of, what do I think of this game? I think it's better than 2, but personally I would rather go play 2 because 2 is my personal favorite, and it was at the time for a lot of people too. It was one of their personal favorites. And I'm gonna go ahead and play my favorite level, I guess, or one of my favorite levels. I'm just gonna play level 1 because it's always fun to run through. Beat my time, whatever. But as a trilogy, Crash Bandicoot definitely has not a stain. It means something. It really does. It was a game in my childhood that I would constantly play all the time, and I still do to this day. You know, I love this game. Like, I love this series. Does it have its downfalls? Yeah, like Crash the Titans, for example. I rented that once, and then I had to rent it again because I didn't have any time to really beat it. So I played it again, and then I decided to, like, I'm just gonna get this over with and buy it. I bought it, and I said, this game sucks, and I sold it, and that's after that. Then I decided to buy that again because I'm like, I'm like Crash the Titans game, I don't want to rent it. This was back in the time when I thought that renting games were just completely useless. I don't know why I never rented games in the first place anymore. I don't know how to say it. I really don't have any, like, super uber fun renting games. I'd rather just buy them if I enjoy the game enough. Oh, beat my time. Wow, awesome. Anyway, with that being said, like, as a trilogy, this is one of the best trilogies you can get out there. If you got a PlayStation 1, if you got a PlayStation 3, and you want some good old classic games, this is definitely the game to pick up. I would recommend picking up this trilogy on its own. Naughty Dog has done a really good job. I mean, they've done really good for themselves for the past few years now. So, if you're missing out on Night Owl, you're probably missing out on a lot of stuff. They really take the cake in the gaming industry, and that's for sure. Along with Insomniac Games, they really did too. Now, I would just quit and go play Spyro, but I ain't gonna do that right now. Spyro 3 is not gonna be done for a while because I'm not in really a Spyro mood. I was actually in a full-fledged Crash Bandicoot mood. Am I gonna be doing Crash Team Racing next? It's a yeah or no. I have no idea. The game I want to do next is Sonic 3 and finish that trilogy, so I can explain everything I like about that trilogy. But let me get into a little bit of detail here. The first one, I'm gonna do a quickie. The first one sucked. Why did it suck? It was fun. It was entertaining. Yes, but the 100%ing was the hard part. You can't die and get all the boxes. Well, I mean, yeah, you can't die and get all the boxes. You actually have to literally get all the boxes without dying. It's challenging on its own, but sometimes it can get ridiculous. For instance, like Slippery Climb, when you're trying to get that red gem, you're going to end up dying. The levels are short, yes, but they can be hard. And so the enemies at you, it's annoying. Crash 2 revolutionized the idea of the 3D platforming. Well, Crash 1 did, but Crash 2 made it so much better, and the levels were just so much better. It was an easier game to play. The warp area was nice. This one, 2 actually had some pretty crappy bosses, really crappy. This one brought in some pretty well designed, pretty good bosses. When I was saying this game had bad level design, what it meant was the idea of the levels just being non-Crash linear platforming. I don't want it to be linear. It's just I would rather it have a lot more Crash platforming on its own. Crash 3 definitely brought up the fact of Crash 2, but it did and it didn't. It's like it can either help people or it can hurt people. I mean, that's all it really can do. It can't do much besides that. But this was my first trilogy I've ever done on my channel completely, and I'm glad to say that I can finally say that I did it. They weren't all 100%. The first one was not. The second and the third one definitely were. The first one for reasons of rage. Other than that, no. But anyway, I guess without further ado, I'll see you all sometime. If you enjoyed my channel, you want to go check my other videos, go ahead and check them out. I have a lot of Let's Plays I've completed before in the past. This is the first trilogy I've ever actually done. So, I just want to say thank you all for watching, and I'll see you, if you're following Crash, I'll see you whenever I do Crash. I had to get that away, sorry. I'll see you in Crash Team Racing, I guess. And then after that, will probably more likely be Wrath of Cortex. But I'm not going to be doing that trilogy. I'm not going to be doing that for a while. I kind of want to stay away from Crash for a little bit. This is my year of the trilogy. I want to get some trilogies done. Maybe 1 or 2. Or 3 of them. 3 of them would be perfect. But anyway, guys, without further ado, I'll see you all later. So take care, everybody.